Hey folks, this is Matthew Impemba, creator of the Matt and Zoo webcomics. I usually talk about animation and new upcoming cartoons, but today I want to talk to you guys about mental illness. This is because recently I have sought help for myself. I was diagnosed with a manic depressive disorder. And I have basically, if you don't know what that is, it's like where your body has like manic highs and manic lows. Your manic highs are you and your eccentric, charismatic personality on steroids. You go above and beyond ideas of grandeur. You feel invincible. But the problem is it doesn't stay there. So even if you were super confident and amazing and you did really well, like that of an interview that for a job that you may not have wanted, and then you hit here. Well, here your low point is the ideas of failure. Your failure side. Sorry, my neck is a little. Oh gosh, but your failure side is the one that you feel. It kind of comes to too much of like your middle ground is you start thinking, whoa, do I have what it takes to do this job? Do I have these sensible questions? Your manic low is, you're gonna die if you take this job. You're gonna die. You're gonna lose your home. You're gonna be homeless. You're gonna have to take out a loan just to pee. You're gonna have to do all these crazy things because that's what your manic low is. And you get depressed a little bit. You start feeling you feel a little depressed. You feel like you're stuck in a rut. You can't get out of it, and you feel like there's no escape. Your manic low is your timid, unsure side on steroids. So you got your manic high, which is your charismatic, lovable, maybe awesome person that you want to be on steroids, and then down here you're basically one step away from burying yourself, putting your tombstone up there together. So you're putting your tombstone up there, you're burying yourself. That's the big thing, is that I didn't realize how serious it was until my girlfriend about a year ago started noticing that for some reason she was noticing that, because I was also diagnosed with OCD, is that I was checking the doors, checking the windows constantly. It was repetitive. But that wasn't the thing that really bothered her. What really bothered her was that I would continue to talk about the same topics over and over and over again, like they were new things. So I wouldn't give it like a rest. I'd be like, boom, 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 boom. I couldn't stop. I was just going and rattling every single day. And I thought it was normal because my brain wasn't telling me that, hey, you've already said this. Hey, you already felt this way. Stop saying it because you're really bothering somebody. And her name's Cassie. She looked at me and said, oh my God, we need to talk. So she kind of sat me down and was like, hey, I feel like you're up here and then you go down here. I don't get stable Matt anymore. Stable Matt's dissipating. And it's true, I was dissipating. But the manic sides of things is that you have to be careful. Mental illness is something so detrimental. So if you haven't sought help or you're going to seek help, I recommend it 100%, because I started meeting with a clinical psychologist. We really started talking about things. I was prescribed Lexapro for help with my manic lows and my depression, which also affected my type 1 diabetes, which I probably should have mentioned that earlier, that I had type 1 diabetes, that my blood sugar ratios being the way they are, since I was depressed, were giving me highs and lows because of stress. I was having a lot of issues. So there was a lot of problems that I was having. But I think that one of the big things that I realized is that you have to seek help. You have to, because it's not like, which for a long time people were just telling me, get over it. You're gonna feel better. Sorry, my neck hurts a little bit today. But you're gonna feel better. You're gonna feel, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. And I think that's just an unfortunate thing that people go through, is that people, especially people who don't understand, they can be very unsupportive. They tend to just kind of like let it go, like, you need to drop it, you don't have to do this. I was lucky enough Cassie was there to help me out during the situation, but with OCD and manic depressive disorder, my psychologist said that we need to get you on something right now because it's a dangerous mentality, because it's like repetitive. It's like repetitive nonsense, because what's happening is that my manic high gets stuck in an OCD trap. So I'm just constantly trying to do so. So for instance, I started a new job about 6 months prior to it. And anybody would have thought, starting a new job to transition is stressful, no matter what it is. So I was a little stressed, but I got through it because I told myself I could do it. Good thing I was a stable at that time instead of manic low or manic high. But in 6 months, I did really well, and I was, and they wanted to move me forward. It was a job I wasn't sure that I wanted. In fact, now that I think about it in hindsight, I really didn't want that job because I wasn't fully prepared for it. But instead, my manic high side came out. I was being bumped up from all over the place. I said, "You are right." I said, "I am a badass. I am incredible. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this job. I'm going to beat this job. I'm going to be incredible. I know I will be. I'll be incredible." It was incredible. I thought I was the best. And they would keep bumping me up, and I finally applied. And then I got the first interview. Right? After I applied, I said, let me show them the initiative that I'm going to put my resume, my cover letter in there. I'm going to get excited to do this. Okay. My manic low side came out after I submitted that. I said, oh my God. I said, what did I do? What did I do? I'm scared. I don't know. I can't do this job. I wasn't sure. I want to take more time to learn the job. That was the manic low side. So I started getting fear. Like I said, you just submitted an application for a job you didn't even want. We're going to lose the job, and you're going to lose your house, and you're going to lose your insurance, and you're going to die because you don't have health insurance to buy insulin. And I was just like, and then I was like, every single day I wake up, and I'd be like, oh my God. So I said, let's be stable. Probably not going to get an interview, because they have a rule about, not being there for a limited time. I got the first interview. Manic low side, oh my God, what are we doing? We need to sabotage this. We need to sabotage this interview. And then my manic high side was just like, bro, he's like, we got this, we got this. We're going to totally go down on that. We're going to beat this shit down, son. We're going to win this shit. So I went into the interview, and my manic high side came out, and I was just rattling off information. Bing, bada boom, bing, bada boom. I was getting it down, question after question. I answered. I was having so much fun. I was just asking them questions because I know I could. I was like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What do you think about this? Because I already told you how I feel about it. I was getting them laughing. I was having a great time. I was excited. Hey, why not? Then, after the first interview, I said, my stable side said, probably didn't get it. Manic low came out. I was like, you're right, but maybe that's a good thing. My first time, my manic low side kind of agreed with my stable side. I'm like, hey, this doesn't work out very often. Then a week later, I get a second interview call. I was just like, what? I was like, what are we doing here? So now it's between me and somebody who's been there for a very long time. So I said to myself, yes, the manic high side said, we want this. We want this job. We want to prove that we are the newcomers and we can beat them. And my manic high side wouldn't stop. It was just like, we're going to beat them. We're going to make it the best ever. We're going to make it the greatest interview ever. My manic low side came out, and I said to myself, oh my God, I got a second interview. How could I sabotage this interview to get rid of what we had to do? And now that I think about it, I should have probably said, let's stop here. Let's just stop. Let's let it go, because it got worse. So I get to the second interview, and it's just two people this time. It's two people, the two hiring people that wanted to put people up there. So I'm in there, and my manic high side comes out and said, what's up, bro? What are you doing here? I can hang with the boys, and I'm like, so I was acting all cool, like, hey, I want to help all these people. Hey, you need a guy? I'm your guy. You know why I'm your guy? Because I'm the one you need to hire. Forget about that other person. You don't even know what that person's thinking, but it's not what I'm thinking because I'm better than they are. That's what I thought. I said, man, I am good. I am great. And I left there and I said to myself, fuck. My manic low side was like, fuck, what are you doing? What are you doing to yourself? You're killing yourself. You gotta stop. So I couldn't do it. I was just constantly rattling my brain back and forth between the two personality types. One that wants to do nothing but stand on the back of the person that was trying to get this job, who legitimately deserved the job, compared to somebody who said, let's back off. In hindsight, should have listened to the other one, because the manic high side, all he wanted to do was destroy the competition and prove that we are the greatest and the best of the world. We believed that we were the greatest. So I get called into the office. My boss starts off saying that, unfortunately, that you haven't been here too long. We were really, kind of coming up with an idea of, how we're going to be able to do something like this. And, with experience with the other candidate, so we decided that we're going to push that out the door and we want to offer you the job. And I was like, that was my face. And she was like, you okay? And I'm like, and I didn't know what to say because I was stable at that point. I'm like, and then my manic low side just hit. It hit hard. I'm like, and I'm like sitting there, I'm like fucking spewing out shit. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I'm going crazy. So I'm freaking out. I'm hyperventilating. If there was a brown paper bag in there, I definitely would have taken it at that time. So I'm freaking out. I'm psychoing out. And then finally I said, okay, I'll take it. Sure. Who cares, right? Who cares? I'll take it. So I took it. 2 weeks into this job, my brain is fried due to the stress between the two levels and my trying to keep myself stable. Things were going on at home, personal problems, including people that people that were close to me that were having trouble, COVID concerns, all of the issues that were happening all at once, coinciding with my manic high, my manic low. I was a wreck. I was starting to destroy myself. I wasn't eating properly. I was waking up every single day feeling like this is the end. I finally sealed my fate. And it wasn't even that I started. It was 2 weeks prior to that point. So I jumped in head first. I said, let me try to learn this. And my brain was so fried from all the crap that I was going through that I literally couldn't concentrate. I was devastated. I said, I'm going to lose my job. I sealed my fate. This was me being stable. I was scared. Not that I couldn't do the job, but I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready to take on the job. I think to myself is that I wish I listened to my manic low side and said, not right now, not what I wanted. Because I definitely jumped into a situation, and I hope I didn't offend those around me who really wanted to push me forward, because I did back away from the job. That's the end of the story. I did back away from the job. I finally walked into my boss's office and said, I am sorry. I cannot do this. I am struggling. Of course, within reason. I actually screwed that up because I went back and forth like a psychopath for about 2 weeks. So I already set a bad precedent as it is. I was doing such a great job. Started this new job, hyperventilated in front of my boss. I mean, what more could you want besides somebody sitting in your office about to have a panic attack? I mean, she loved it. She was so happy to have me in the office. And I finally, at the end of the day, I wrote a really nice email. I let them know about my concerns. They placed me back in my previous position. And then I felt much better. Until the next morning when I woke up and my poor girlfriend, who has watched me deteriorate, going back and forth for 2 freaking weeks, I woke up and I said, I should have kept the job. If she had a gun in the freaking if she had a gun in the cabinet next there, she would have pulled that shit out on me and said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to freaking do it. You're crazy. She would have done it. I mean, I tell you what, she's a very stable mood person. She's incredible. But I tell you what, after that, I would have shot myself too. I'd be like, fuck this. I'd be like, oh my God. So I felt so bad for her the whole time. But truth of the story is that I want those who are listening to this to really understand that you don't have to be something in this world until you're ready, until you're comfortable. I want you to know that don't put the pressures of society based on you, especially if you have mental illnesses. Many people don't realize they have them until it's too late. Like me, I believe that I could do better without it. So when you're in that moment, in that time, in the moment of desperation, please reach out to those around you, friends, family. Let them know about your concerns. If they can't reach out to you or they have trouble with that, you really make sure that you at least talk to a psychiatrist. Maybe it's something that could be worked around, maybe a cognitive repair, or maybe there's just such deep-rooted pathways in your brain that you need now to be on medication because it's a chemical imbalance. Whatever the need may be, don't wait, because now I am seeing somebody and I'm being prescribed medication now. And I don't want people going through the same issues that I've had. I want you to be successful. I want you to be happy. And I want you to, above all, be yourself. Don't let anybody do anything to you that you don't feel like is right for you. I want to say thank you guys for watching this video. It might be a little crazy, might be a little stupid, but I want you guys to realize that you're not alone. And if you need to reach out to me by any means, please do so. You have a wonderful day.